Hello, folks. I'm back again. I hope this time we got some volume going on. We did a live recording yesterday and forgot to turn the volume on. But my daughter's going to be helping me coming up in the future. Her name is Heather. I love her to pieces. She's sweet as can be, and she's going to be helping me doing this live streaming every Wednesday. Of course, today's Thursday. I did one yesterday. Again, there was no volume, so hopefully we got volume now. So today we're going to talk about a few things. One of the first things we're going to talk about is unity in the community. It's sponsored by area churches and businesses. The ministry is through Word Music Fellowship. There will be speakers, song, dance, family, fun, games, antique cars, a bike show, and there'll be food. And it's going to be April 15th, 2023 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So try to put that on your calendar and make it. It's a good event. We go every year. We play some bluegrass music there at the event. It's at Veterans Park at 500 Lebanon Road, Pendleton, South Carolina. Again, that's Veterans Park, 500 Lebanon Road, Pendleton, South Carolina. And that's unity in the community. There'll be non-perishable goods accepted for local food banks. So if you got some canned goods and stuff you can bring, that would surely be grateful. And if you need to contact somebody about the event, his name is Elder Joe Moss at 864-633-8975 for more information. Again, that's unity in the community, and we'll be talking about that next week as well when we do a live stream next week on Wednesday. So we're going to try to make it, once I get my daughter on board, we're going to try to make it happen at the same time every Wednesday. So stay tuned. We're going to be bringing you a lot of good stuff. Okay, today I want to talk about the banjo. A beautiful instrument, and from what I understand, it was started in Africa years and years and years ago. Don't know a lot of the history about it, but I'll be having Mark Stoudemeyer, a good friend of mine who knows more about banjos than anybody I know. He'll talk about the origination, where it originated, and how it's kind of come along the way to the U.S. And what made the banjo popular in the U.S., I think, was Mr. Earl Scruggs started playing the five-string banjo, finger picking the way he does. I think it was him that started that. Prior to that, it was mountain music. They didn't use finger picks. They frailed it. It didn't have a back on it. That's how they played mountain music. A little different than bluegrass music, but that's how it goes. So when you play this banjo, let me show you here. This banjo was built for me from a guy named Ed Weber in Nashville, Tennessee. A good friend of mine. He worked for Gibson for 26 years, I believe. He built the banjos for Gibson Banjos in Nashville, Tennessee. He didn't build the whole banjo, but I think he did the necks, possibly. And then it went to the next department for the back, and then the hoop and stuff was done by another department. But he played a big role in building the Gibson banjos. This is not a Gibson banjo. This is an Ed Weber banjo. When Gibson closed down, he was without a job, so he rented a little warehouse space and started building his own banjos called the Ed Weber banjo. He built the Blue Galaxy and the Red Galaxy banjos. Well, when he talked to me, I said, well, you know, if I got one, I'd like an orange one because I'm a Clemson fan, so I'd like an orange Galaxy banjo. He told me, well, we'll see about it. I didn't hear from him for about a year, and he called me back, and he said, you know, we can't seem to get the right color pigment to go on curly maple. That's what this is, curly maple wood, to make it an orange. So I said, well, what are you trying to do? And he said, well, I don't know. And I didn't hear from him for another year. And the next year, when I went to SPIGMA, and SPIGMA is another event we'll talk about, Southern Preservation of Bluegrass Music Association. We'll talk about that in the future as well. I went to Spigma, and he said, "Are you in the same room?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "I got something for you." He brought up to my room a case, a nice hard shell case, opened it up, took this out, and he said, "Here's your banjo." I about fell over backwards. This was the first one off production for the Ed Weber banjos. After he built one and sent it to a lot of great banjo players and got them to critique it. They'd send back notes until he got it perfected. Of course, it's not exactly as a Gibson because he cannot build exact Gibson banjo because of copyright laws. So he had to tweak it a little bit, but this is his version of the Ed Weber banjo. Very good sound, resonates well. It's got a wonderful tone ring inside. It's a very heavy banjo. So anyway, that's my baby, and I play it here at the store every day. I come in and I sit down on the bench over there and play my banjo. I've been playing about 3 years. I'm originally a fiddle player. I played fiddle and for years and years, and went through some bad times. I quit playing music for over 20 years until my son, Martin Acevedo, who's no longer with us. He's with our Heavenly Father, but I'm going to see him again one day. He took up the banjo. I don't know if you can see his picture behind me. If you can't, maybe next week I'll have a picture where you can see my son. He was instrumental in founding, he and another friend found the Clemson University, started teaching bluegrass. He was one of the founders of Tigertown Roots. It's a band that's still alive today. And because of him and another fellow, they started teaching bluegrass at Clemson University Music Department. He was very instrumental in getting that going, and he was their banjo player. So a lot I could say about my lovely son, Martin. He was a wonderful boy, a good musician, a hard worker. Never had any problem with him. He was just a good boy. But you know what? The Lord needed him more than we needed him. So he just called him home early. But I don't think he needed a good banjo player in heaven because they got probably some other banjo players in heaven. But who knows? There's a lot of music in heaven. He might have needed a good banjo player. But nevertheless, he's in heaven, and we'll meet again one day. There's a song that goes, "We'll meet again someday," and we will meet again someday. So anyway, let me move forward a little bit. A banjo is played with, I don't know if you can see these, played with picks. This one's a thumb pick. I'm going to put on my thumb. I don't know if you can see this because my camera person won't be here till next week to zoom in. So that's a thumb pick, and then we have a pick that goes on your pointer finger. Pointer finger, that's a pick. And then we have another pick that goes on your middle finger. So you have 3 picks that you play a banjo with. You got to do a roll. I can do it better than that, but not laying down. But you got to do a roll. You learn the forward and reverse roll and intermediate rolls. That's what you have to learn to play the banjo. But anyway, these are the 3 picks that you have to use to play a 5-string banjo. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the store a little bit. Okay, this is Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. We're located at 5109 Liberty Highway in Anderson, South Carolina, or Pendleton. It'll get you there either way. We've been here going on 18 years. We've only closed a handful of Saturdays in 18 years. When I opened the place up, I opened it up for my son Martin because I saw he was an up-and-coming banjo player. So I decided to try to buy the store. It took a while to buy it because the owners really didn't want to sell. But I was pretty persistent. I prayed about it, and the good Lord opened the door for me to have this store for people to come and enjoy themselves. You know, I don't make any money here. In 18 years, I've never made a dime here. Matter of fact, I've put out money out of my pocket to keep these doors open because I love it so much. And my reward is when I'm up here on stage playing music for these folks, I look out, what do I see? Smiles, people tapping their feet, clapping their hands, and smiling. That's my reward. That's my paycheck when I look out there and see people happy. People need to be happy. We're living in a time where it's hard to be happy in the world that we're living in today, in the society that we live in. It's hard to be happy for a lot of people. So there has to be a place where you can go, a happy place that you can go and smile and be happy, even if it's just for a couple hours a week. This is the place, Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. So if you're out there and you're hearing this live stream today and you're sad, you don't have a place to go, come to Breazeale's. It will make you feel at home. It's like a huge family. When you come in the door, I had somebody come in this past week, first time. And the comment when they were leaving, they said, we feel like we came home. And I said, well, this is your home. And every time new people come, I ask who's first timers, they raise their hand. Usually every week there's newcomers. I give them a tour of the back. I have a luthier shop in the back. So I give them a complete tour of the luthier shop back there, and then we have a sound booth back there with all the recording stuff, computers. I show them everything in the store, and then they sit down and they start talking with the folks here at the store. When they leave, they say, we feel at home here, and that's what we're all about. If you don't have a place to go to hang your head, to laugh, and come to Breazeale's. We're at 5109 Liberty Highway, Anderson, South Carolina, or Pendleton, South Carolina. And if you want to call me, my number is 864-376-1482. Call me, and I'll make sure you will get here. I'll come and get you. No, but we've had a lot of fun here. We've had a lot of people come through here that were musicians, not musicians, that have gone on to be with the Lord, and they're special to my heart. I remember them. I got pictures of them that started coming here years ago that are no longer with us. But they passed on to the glory land that we're all going to pass on to one day. So anyway, this is Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, located 5109 Liberty Highway, Anderson, South Carolina, or Pendleton, South Carolina. Now let me tell you a little bit more about the store. All right, in here we have coffee. We have our own brand of coffee. Yes, our own brand of coffee. You cannot buy it anywhere else in the world but at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. And here are our blends. We got 5 flavors. Banjo blend, Fiddle Me Crazy, Bass Kahlua, Guitar Hazel, Mandolinilla. So we have a flavor for each bluegrass instrument back here, a flavor for each. And we have it up there on the shelves. You can get it online at bgbluegrasscafe.com. That's bgbluegrasscafe.com. You'll go to our website and you can order everything we have here in the store. The coffee. We also sell hats. We have our own hats up here, assorted colors. They're $20 a hat, plus shipping if we want us to ship it to you. Or you can come by the store and just pay $20 and get a hat. We have T-shirts that have our logo on the front here. We have different colors, orange, blue, red. Just all kinds of T-shirts, colors that we have here. We also have T-shirts for our coffee company. And bgbluegrasscafe.com T-shirts for the coffee. We have those as well. We also sell, in our next broadcast next week, I'll have some of those items up here so you can see what we have. We have mugs, coffee mugs, with our logo on them. They're beautiful, beautiful mugs, and it has our Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass logo on the mugs. And the mugs are, $15, I think, but I'll have more of an updated price list for you next week. So that's what we sell. We also have all assortment of candies. If it's bad for you, we sell it. We have Babe Ruth bars, Butterfingers. We have Milky Way. We have Three Musketeers. We have Reese's Cups. We have Lay's potato chips. Oh, and the list goes on. We have peanuts. We have moon pies. We have drinks, root beer. We have Sprite. I mean, all the drinks that are not good for you. We sell them here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, 5109 Liberty Highway. We sell. So we don't sell food. We're not a food vendor, but we just sell snacks, snack foods that we sell here, yeah. And we also, if you come on Saturday nights, I always have a good batch of our Banjo Blend brewing. So you get your cup of coffee for $1. Everything in here to eat is only $1. So it's a bargain. You get a nice cup of coffee for $1, $1. And come and try our coffee out. We also we have a luthier shop. For those of you that don't know what a luthier is, it's in the back there. It's a shop. A luthier is a person that works on instruments, guitars, banjos, fiddles, that has been trained to work on instruments, fine woodworking instruments. So we have a shop back there, and when I have time, I go back there and I'll piddle. People bring me instruments to change strings, to fix a nut on it, or fix a bridge on it, or do a repair, minor repair. I take it back there and I do repairs. And I also build them. I'm building a fiddle right now, and a banjo, and a guitar in the luthier shop. I've been taking my sweet time doing it because every time I go back there to work, somebody rings the doorbell, and I have to stop what I'm doing, and I have to go answer the door. You have to have a lot of time to be able to devote it to working on those things. So every now and then I'll lock the door and I won't answer the doorbell, and I'll stay doing my work. So that's what we do here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. And again, on Saturday nights, we're open from 6:30 to 11. Bluegrass music. And we have some of the best musicians in the upstate by far. There used to be several other places that were open. People would go and jam, but they have closed down since. There's only one that I know. Well, there's a couple. One of them is my friend. He comes here on Saturday nights, plays banjo with us. He's also our store banjo player, and he's also our Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass band. He's our banjo player with the three others that play with us on gigs, certain gigs that we do. But his place is called Rainy Town Bluegrass. It's located south of here, probably 30 minutes south of here, in a town called Star. Star is south of here. Now, every time I've been down there, I've gotten lost. So I wouldn't be the guy to ask how to get down there. But if you need directions, I think you can get online or go to YouTube and look for Rainy Town Bluegrass, Star, South Carolina, and they'll probably pop up. You can get directions. Maybe next week I'll have a card up here to give you directions to Rainy Town Bluegrass. A great place, and the owners are great people, wonderful, wonderful Christian family. And Kalen Rainey is our banjo player, excellent banjo player, a good boy, and just love him to pieces. I love him to pieces. Good family. They have a farm where they raise Black Angus cows, a bunch of them. So they stay busy all the time. Remember, Rainy Town Bluegrass. Okay, now we got that covered. I think that's about all I can cover right now. I mean, there's a lot more, but it would take me another 30 minutes, and I'm trying to do this on about 30-minute segments every week. So I'm going to wrap it up here in a little bit. Again, we're Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, located at 5109 Liberty Highway, Anderson, South Carolina, or Pendleton, South Carolina. You'll get there either way. My name is Don Acevedo, and if you want to reach me, my number is 864-376-1482, and we can help you out with all your needs. Again, if you just want a place to go and have fun and smile, this is the place to go. at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. Well, thank you for joining us today, and look forward to seeing you next week, on Wednesday of next week. We're going to try to do the broadcasts around 11 or 12 o'clock every Wednesday. So just stay tuned. If you miss a broadcast, I'll mention it on the next broadcast when we're going to be. So stay tuned to Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, 5109 Liberty Highway, Anderson, South Carolina, or Pendleton, South Carolina. Hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.